guys, it's the boy Cam, CTV, Cam Talks Boxing, back with another video. You saw in the thumbnail, I'm asking you, did Ryan Garcia quit? I'll give you my opinion, let's discuss. Yes guys, let's go straight into it. This past weekend, Gervonta Tank Davis stopped Ryan Garcia in round 7 in T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, in the biggest fight in boxing, the biggest fight arguably this year, and great. It was a super fight. It was a super fight. 2 undefeated fighters, 2 youngsters, 2 guys who were willing to risk it all and prove themselves. And for me, it was a good fight because there was action. There was a knockdown. Garcia was landing early on, and there was a stoppage. So on paper, it was a good fight. I just think a lot of people had higher expectations. We thought it might be more competitive, but I had a feeling it could be quite cagey. It probably wasn't even as cagey as I thought it was going to be, because both are counter punchers, both rely on their speed. Tank obviously relies a lot on his timing, and he's quite tentative. But for Tank's standard, he started quite early. But for me, let's just go straight into it. Did Ryan Garcia quit? A lot of you, including myself, look, I've boxed to some extent. Like I haven't had an amateur fight. I've done a bit of boxing for a year or so, done sparring, but even that, like sparring, like nothing to a higher level. Don't get me wrong, I really do want to actually box at amateur level, but it's hard to make the time at the moment because I've got other priorities. But the reason I'm talking about that is I'm seeing a lot of people say Ryan Garcia quit, and the question is, have you taken a body shot like that in 8-ounce gloves? You know, a lot of the fighters, such as Regis Prograis, are saying like it's harsh to say that he's quit when you've never taken. It's hard to call him a quitter when you've never taken a body shot like that. Obviously, now we've just found out that he could have had a rib injury, or he could have had an injury to the body due to is it the mole? And I don't know. I forgot. I can't pronounce his name now. He's 5-0 from some place in Asia, I believe. Apparently, he hurt him to the body, and he had to go to the hospital. So that's another reason now. When you put that into context now, those people who are saying he quit, I don't know. But if you look, Ryan Garcia was left open, right? He went up, was it the right? I think he went for the right hook, and he landed the right hook at the same time. Number one, Tank's powerful. Tank had a free view and free shot at the body, and even Tank did say he didn't think that was the one that was going to maybe get him out of there. But look, Tank's powerful. 27 knockouts from, was it 29 wins now, I believe. So look, for me, it's harsh for Garcia. He obviously went down. It was a delayed reaction, and a lot of people are arguing that, well, as soon as the 10 count ended, then he got up. But you could see in his facial expressions that he was still wounded in pain, and there's a difference between getting up to head to the corner compared to getting up and then fighting again. But then that's where the argument comes in. Fighters like Andy Ruiz Jr., Tony Bellew, Paulie Malignaggi, I think Paulie might have said, don't give up, fight till the end, you know, put everything on the line, risk your life more. And that's the thing, there's 2 perspectives of this, there's 2 sides to it. Could he have got up, because he did at the 10 count, and just risked himself and just went right until the end? We just don't know how hurt he was. But look, in that moment, you can't just underestimate. I just think it's harsh to call him a quitter. Yeah, I think it's harsh to call him a quitter. A lot of people haven't actually taken a body shot like that. It's not like Tank is pillow fisted, and yeah, I think it's a hard one, guys. I personally don't think Ryan Garcia quit. I see why some people do. Some people believe that if he got up, it might have been inevitable that he got knocked out anyway. Another reason could be the rehydration clause. Look, he might have felt weaker, and that could have, affected him for not getting up. But for me, guys, look, he's a warrior. Look, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he's a quitter. The reason I say that is because Tank's a power puncher, and it was a great body shot. Whether or not Tank thought it would have put him away, that's another matter. Tank is powerful. Number two, you saw the delayed reaction. He tried to stay up. He didn't just hit a knee. That was pain. And when he got up at the 10 count as well, after the 10 count, you saw in his face the pain. Number three, look, he's had an injury now. I believe that's not going to come out for no reason. That makes sense. So that could be a possibility. And number four, look, he took this fight, the biggest fight of his life. He's the one who made this fight happen. He agreed to all the stipulations, and he went for Tank Davis. He on the front foot, aggressive. And for me, I just don't think he would do all that just to give up, So yeah, guys, for me, look, it was a great body shot. Give Tank all the credit in the world, and Ryan Garcia, keep a chin up. Respect to you, made this fight happen. Hopefully you go to 140, make the big fights, and you're only 24 years old. Look, Garcia's only 24 years old. He's got the world in front of him. There are maybe some question marks for some people and some points to discuss, whether he wants to actually fight in the future, whether he has that dog in him. And that is the question: does he have that dog in him? But for me, I don't think he's a quitter. I do not think he quit. But guys, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Talking numbers on the